We're in here trying to fit various dash trim pieces in here. We need to do the window. We can't do the window really until this dash pad is on. Now, order which I'm having to do the assembly. First, put these into the dash pad, the levers for the window vent. Then fit the dash pad and do the central clamp up. You have to do that first. Then place this black board in, put it in, and you still have some ability to lift this, so you don't have to crush it completely, because this one at this end won't be done up, or the other one. And then you can get it tucked under there without crushing it and creasing it too badly. Then it's loose. You can push it in this direction and pull back your foam, and you'll be able to get up underneath there. So that's where we got to. We're just going to stick the 11mm socket up on the back there and do that nut up. And then you just need to pull this away because it actually tucks around the door seam here. Yeah, so that's basically the order. You want to fit that chrome trim there, so fit this and then fit that if you haven't already. Okay, crack on. So on this side, just fold in both ends like that. So after you've put the nut and bolt on way up underneath there, up there, to hold that end of the dash pad on, just fold up both ends. Oh, also make sure you got your check strap in here first. Post it down, fold it up. It should go all the way to the back, no issue, and then it will go under here without bending and creasing. Then again, put your bit around there, and yes, I missed the rubber off, I'll do that in a minute. And then get the wires out of the way. It has a bit that hooks under the dash rail, and a bit, and then this larger bit goes on top. So if we can poke that bit under the silver, and that bit goes along the side of the clocks, and then we get that measured up for height at the top and bottom, so it's roughly in the middle, and then we can push the seal. When we're happy with the position, push the seal on, and it'll hold that. And then we'll fit this, which has that little clip on it there. So you just push it in straight with the 4 lugs lined up with the channels, and then it will click, and then you can rotate it. Okay, a little bit of footage of carpet going in. This is quite a cheap carpet. We're just putting it over the top of the overlay. Don't forget the hole there for the seatbelt anchor. That one is a little bit tricky to fit because you've got to cut it out around the air tube or air feed. Might have slightly oversized that hole. But as you can see on this one, they don't actually come as perfect fits. So it's much easier on this side. Put it up and then stuff your fingers in to the gap. But here's the strip that I removed from the equivalent one on that side. What I've got to do is try and figure out how I want the gear cover to go. So on the sound deadening underneath, I've cut it out for this whole area so that we can screw this on. What I'm actually going to do on the carpet is try and fit the carpet into this groove here. So we'll have to peel the carpet to do the screws up. But what it will mean is you won't see this plate from inside the car. The carpet will just fit underneath this first rubber flute. Right, so it's not completely properly installed, but you can see that's effectively how I want it to look. You know, between this and the sound deadening and then the dodo mat underneath and the stone chip that's on the bottom, should be quiet enough from the road. The last cut to do is there for the steering column, so just need to make a straight cut with a little pool at the bottom, or a little circle. We'll get that done now. So there that is then, just a little cut out around. Get that pushed in. A little cut out around the steering wheel there. Just making the last cut for this bar to come through. Just something on these thin carpets, when you're making this straight cut, when you get to the end or just before the end, do 2 cuts out at 2 angles. And what that does is it stops it from just tearing in a straight line. So right on the shoulder of here, rather than just cut it a little bit more, we'll put a little cut just like that one there. So two angled cuts, and then that little bit will fold up. You can see it there, rather than just a straight line that will tear through. And then basically that's going to be done. Or you can see over that side it's in. It's a little bit long here. Just needs squashing down, but the seat's going to push that down. I mean, I'm hard up against this and it's stitched at both ends, so I can't really trim it. Again, it's not a terrible carpet, but it's not an amazing carpet. I don't think it's going to get too much wear and tear. So yeah, let's get it finished. Here we are then. Can't put this off any longer. Windscreen, cheapy rubbish screen tool, which I already kind of damaged doing the back screen. It sort of rotates, which isn't helpful at all. So that's a Gunson one, not necessarily specifically for a Mini, but hopefully we can use that. Plastic trim tools we've got this time. Anyway, so we've been round with basically it's car wash liquid all around there. Gonna try and put that in there, push it into the bottom, push it into the corners first, and then apparently come up the sides and then get it in the top. Hopefully that's the easy bit, and then after we'll try and get the lock-in strip in. So one of the last things to do, fingers crossed. I've been putting it off. I'm not going to film it because I'm probably going to break the glass, but yeah, I'll try and be honest about how long it takes. So right now it's 10 to 9. I'll come back once the glass is in, and then we'll see how long the locking strip takes as well. Right, I think a little progress has been made. So basically I've pushed this trim tool along here, and it pushes the seal over the top of the screen. And then after I've been through with that one, I've then pushed this trim tool, which is the one that will fit the locking strip. So I've pushed this one along. Nearly broke the screen trying to show you, so I won't anymore. And managed to push it all the way along, which should mean, in theory, can get the locking strip in. So let's get the locking strip, which is hanging up. Try and put some in, fingers crossed.